So I would like to give a little tour of my garden and also tell the difference between a cucumber and a cantaloupe plant. This year I was able to see the difference. So here we go. Start here. This is eggplant, and it's already got a little flower, and the leaves are really happy and green. I transplanted it from my other plot that was overgrown with weeds, and I didn't water it for like 2 months. And so this is the leaves. They were covered in little fuzzy gray bugs, tiny ones, and I just leave the diseased leaves on because I feel like the plant will use the nutrition from the dying leaf. That's what I think. Anyway, isn't that little flower cute? So like maybe 3-4 weeks later, these plants are starting to flourish and make flowers. So here's the cucumber patch. No, this is the cantaloupe patch. And so the leaves are almost completely round with no pointy parts. So I started these from a beautiful store-bought cantaloupe that it was huge and very sweet, much sweeter than most cantaloupes. I started beets. This is August, and there's a couple of beets. They tend to grow in pairs like that. That's the only ones I see coming up right here, because the seeds are stuck together. There's like no way to get them apart. So what I saw on the internet was that you want to pull one of the little ones and let the other one grow. And of course what I always do is try to replant the one that I pulled up, give it a chance. This is my sweet potatoes. They go nuts here in Texas. And I've noticed they repel bugs. They also have great greens. I'm going to pick some of these greens today and eat them. I can't have sulfur like what's in most greens. It gives me a rash because I have too many sulfur bacteria in my gut. I have gut dysbiosis. I'm going to have to pick that. Where is it? There it is. Okra. Today. You got to get them when they're not, before they get big, otherwise they get tough. So I planted pumpkins here recently because I have the most trouble with the bugs eating the pumpkins more than any other plant. And I got some, I think I found one there. Look at that little pumpkin plant, I think. So I have 5 okras, and there's some sweet potato flowers. I think they're so pretty. And back here is my cucumber patch. And you see how it's got the point on the end of the leaf. All the leaves have the point. They're like triangle shaped. So that's how to tell the difference between cucumber and cantaloupe, I think. I could be wrong. There might be like different varieties of cucumber, and cantaloupe might have different shaped leaves, but pretty sure that's a good way to tell. So like if you start them and you're like, oh, I forgot what kind of plant this is, so I don't know which part of my garden to put it in. Well, there you go. That's how you tell the difference. So cucumbers have triangle-shaped pointy leaves, and cantaloupe have round leaves with no points. And here's my watermelon patch. These are all sugar babies. There's a sunflower. I have 2 sunflowers that survived my 2 months out of my garden. And after they got pollinated, I put cheesecloth, 2 layers around each head and tied it in the back. And after I noticed the bees were not interested in them anymore, and I saw that little seeds had started to form, I I tied them up like that because last times I grew sunflowers, mammoth ones, where the seeds, the birds ate them and the rats. So the white stripy ones are for me to, and then if they have black seeds, those are for the birds. That's the bird's favorite thing in birdseed is the black oil sunflower seeds. And these are green beans, by the way. The bunny's favorite food is the green beans, so that's why I put this fence around my garden. And that's why I have green beans now. It looks like there's a... Oh, I think that's a nasturtium. Let's see if I can focus my camera on it. I can't really see because of the glare of the sun out here. But the thing with little tiny plant with round leaves down there, I think that's it. There, I think that's a nasturtium. And those repel bugs too. It's a pretty trumpet-shaped orange and yellow and red flower. And there's my corn patch, sweet corn. Not as sweet as store-bought because it's not hybrid too much. I don't think it's hybrid at all. I'm gonna try, because corn is in a genetic, sweet corn is in a genetic thing where it's too inbred. So I'm going to actually plant some. There's different stages of hybrid. I'm going to plant a less hybrid corn next year to intermingle with and put some genetic diversity into my sweet corn. These watermelon plants over here, this one's huge. Those are a new watermelon I'm growing called, I forgot what it's called, but it's yellow inside. Those are little watermelons that are not stripy, and they're a deep, gorgeous blue-green with no stripes, and they're more round and red inside, and that's called a sugar baby, very sweet. So I planted, so the rabbits ate, this is wax beans, they're yellow green beans. The rabbits ate them so that only 2 plants survived, so I planted some watermelons to be climbing on this fence here. And then this is, I'm so happy I got 6 or 7 zucchini plants that came up. I also planted French marigolds, and I think those are French marigolds coming up. There's a zucchini over there getting protected by the sweet potatoes. And then I've got these little zucchinis over here that'll hopefully be protected by French marigolds. And then 3 pepper plants I brought over. They're California Wonders that you can pick them green or red. Wait for them to go red. There I got, ooh, I thought it was a California Wonder. That looks like a jalapeno. Awesome, I have jalapenos. And then this is a tomato that sort of survived my 2 months away from the garden, and everything else that killed. This is not growing, and now I just realized why. It's because I bought store-bought manure, and it's got Roundup in it, and that's why it's green, but it hasn't grown at all since last spring. And I gave it lots of love, water, pulled the weeds, put down plant food and mulch, and it's not good. It's refusing to grow, so that's Roundup. And that's, I made a video that I think I'm not going to use, but the video was, my whole garden was overgrown with weeds, like that bad, worse than that actually. Like no ground wasn't covered by weeds. And then I just came out every day and pulled weeds, and now my garden is all weed free pretty much. Now I'm working on getting that. That's grass that's growing up in around the fence and invading my garden from the outside, and I've been pulling it, so you can see I pulled it there. And so every day I come out and water, and then the water makes it easy to pull up the weeds, and so I'm getting all the grass gone that way, and then putting mulch down so it doesn't come back. But anyway, the weeds, I believe that the weeds detoxified my garden from the Roundup, because it's thriving now, as you can see. The soil is absolutely gorgeous, like I've never seen before. So that's after 3 years. This is my third year of putting mulch in my garden, and so between the weeds detoxifying and applying mulch, the soil has become absolutely gorgeous. And so, like last year, I could plant little plants in August and little sprouted seeds, but they would die because the soil was so bad. It was like hard clay, sand, desert soil, dirt, really, not soil. Now, like, my little plants are thriving, even being planted at the hottest time of year. The last thing I want to show you is, a nice guy out here put a huge, it's almost gone now, a huge pile of mulch in my garden for me. He had a big thing that scooped it, and he put one there and one here, and that one I used to put all over the path to kill the grass. And then the last thing I want to show you is this is my first year growing spaghetti squash. I'm on a keto diet, and so I'm going to be having spaghetti squash for pasta instead of gluten pasta. It's a gluten-free pasta that's low carb. So I've got 4 little spaghetti squashes that came up, and I'm very happy about that. So thanks for going on my garden tour with me.